Hey guys, it's me Ash and I hope you're having a magical day. Today in this video I want to talk about sacred cannabis and different ways to use sacred cannabis, because there is many different ways to use sacred cannabis and depending on what you want to achieve. Now you can microdose small amounts of sacred cannabis, and oil is definitely the best way to go about doing that, and the sacred cannabis oils are the best and healthiest way to go. And also quality is very important. So always, wherever you're getting your sacred cannabis from, make sure that you're asking if it's organic, if they use chemicals, if it's grown in the ground, or if it's grown hydroponically. You don't want stuff that is toxic, and there is a lot of toxic stuff out there, particularly in the medical system, the stuff that's coming through there through pharmacies and a lot of stuff coming from overseas. Ideally, you want it locally grown, organically grown, possibly biodynamic if available, no chemicals, and grown in the ground, ideally by local hemp farmers who have a relationship and a connection with that sacred plant. And you also want the company making the oils to also be really ethical about how they're producing the oils and the energy and intention that they're putting into those oils. You don't want to just be buying from a company that is purely profit driven and that has a very poor connection or relationship with that sacred plant. You want someone who understands that spirit of the plant and works with the spirit of the plant. But what I want to talk about today specifically is, can you use the Cannabis High as a replacement for a holiday? And from my experience, yes, you can absolutely save yourself many holidays and your hard-earned money that you have to spend on investing in expensive holidays. You can absolutely get so much more benefit physically, mentally, and spiritually from using cannabis and the Cannabis High to drop you in deeply into a relaxed, blissful, peaceful state of being, where you don't have to travel anywhere outside your own home. You can be in the comfort of your own home, and you can get a benefit greater or equal to, and this is just from my experience because you can't measure this scientifically, but from my experience, I get greater benefits from the Cannabis High as I would if I went on a holiday on a tropical island somewhere for 10 days and lived like a king and had all the food organized and I could just relax every day. One single evening or a day sitting with sacred cannabis and being taken to that blissed out, peaceful, harmonious state is easily way more beneficial from my experience than going on an extensive and expensive holiday somewhere. So yes, you can absolutely use cannabis to save you an enormous amount of money, time, energy, and stress. Now, holidays are fantastic. Holidays are amazing, but you shouldn't need to go on an expensive holiday every few months. And if you do, you need to ask yourself questions about what the fuck are you actually doing with your life that you actually need a holiday that often. So yes, cannabis, and there's different strains of cannabis that you can use for different things. Some are the indica-based strains are more sedative, and you're going to probably be more couch-locked and not want to move and go anywhere. You're just going to be in a deep state of rest. If that's what you feel like you need, you can take something like an indica strain. The sativa is a bit more of a head high. You can still function and think and do things and be social and hold conversations and function at quite a high level, but still be in a blissful, euphoric type state. So different oils will do different things. The way I use cannabis, and I microdose cannabis for a good couple of years, the cannabis oils to help hold me on a daily basis. I didn't use it consistently every single day. Sometimes I'd have a week off, sometimes I'd have 2 weeks off, and that might be every few months or whatever. I use the sacred medicines and sacred cannabis in particular to help me heal the depression that I was suffering and living with on a day-to-day basis. And that's what I needed. So I microdosed for quite a long time to help hold me with its frequency and energy to allow me to heal the depression that I was living with. So you can microdose, but these days for me, I don't worry too much about the microdosing unless I'm in a phase of higher stress for whatever reason. I've got significant challenges presenting themselves. Then and only then I might consider starting a microdose protocol for a short period of time. But generally how I use cannabis is I connect with sacred cannabis maybe once or twice a month on average. And if I've worked very hard during the week, which most weeks I'm working extremely hard on my business and holding space for lots of people and doing lots of beautiful things. I don't actually consider what I do to be work. It's very playful for me. It brings me a lot of joy. It doesn't fatigue me. It doesn't burn me out. But I've worked hard over many, many years to get to that place. But what I love to do is if it gets to a Friday or a Saturday night and I've worked extremely hard during the week and feeling really good about what I've achieved, but I'm feeling like mentally like there's a lot going on and I could really do with just a little bit of help to drop a bit more deeply into the present moment. You know, I'm pretty connected to the present moment most of the time, but it's in a different way. So connecting with the present moment by just getting some help to switch off the busyness of my mind and to help me to drop in and just switch off from business mode to relax. And it's a weekend mode and there's a couple of days off to just hang out with my kids and do some adventures and get out in nature and do the other things that I love doing. So cannabis can be really effective like that on a Friday night, for example. Switch off, finish work, close down the computer, step away, time to switch off, connect with the sacred medicine, be taken to a really, and taking a sort of a bigger dose so that you're gonna feel the high of the cannabis and it's gonna take you to that blissful, euphoric place and drop deeply, deeply. You'll forget about time. You'll be fully present. You'll play with your kids. You'll talk to your wife. Like you'll have beautiful connections with the people around you. You'll be taken to a deep, deep, blissful state of rest, a state of deep rest. And that might last you 4 or 5 hours and you're in that state, beautiful state. You soak it up, your body feels rejuvenated, and then you're ready for bed and you go to sleep and you have a beautiful deep night's sleep and you wake up on Saturday morning and you just feel completely rejuvenated and refreshed and like you've got a whole new body and you feel like, and time extends, like it feels like even though it's just been one evening, it feels like you've already had a weekend or a 10-day holiday in that period of time, just that 4 to 5 hours combined with that deep sleep that you get as well. So definitely you can use the Cannabis High to replace holidays or minimize the amount of holidays that you need to take. It's going to save you an enormous amount of money and time and stress because while holidays are great, you've got to drive to an airport or drive somewhere, maybe get on a plane, pack, unpack, settle in, find your routine, then before you know it, you're heading back. And they're great and they're rejuvenating, and by using cannabis this way, to minimize holidays that you take. When you are ready for a beautiful, beautiful adventure, a beautiful holiday that you've put lots of planning into and you can make it bigger and better and you can go deeper. So when you use the cannabis, when it comes to that time that you're ready to actually go for a holiday and you plan that, then you drop in much deeper because you've been using the cannabis, and the cannabis can teach you how to switch off more easily all the busyness in your mind. So the first day that you step foot or you even get in the car and start packing to go on holiday, you're already starting to switch off. And you can use cannabis in that moment too to drop deeper, more quickly into holiday mode and switching off so you can enjoy your holiday to the maximum. And your holiday will feel like it's about 3 to 4 times longer. And you can use cannabis while you're on holiday if you're able to take it with you. If you're not able to, that's fine. You can just take a bigger dose, on that day that you're leaving, if you're able to do that, and that energy can hold you for the rest of that holiday as well. So pretty powerful, the sacred cannabis, and connecting with it in that way can definitely save you. And yeah, just be a really good way, a really good option to help you manage your stress better and just live the best life possible, really. Like, it's really that simple. So let me know your feedback. If you have any questions, have a magical day and look forward to seeing you in the next video.